Plaintiffs Latrice Hodges and her husband Charles say at 3 a.m. they heard a loud bang outside and they discovered that the defendant had driven her car into their garage, and they have the pictures to prove it. They're suing her today for the property damages. Defendant Pauline McRae says on the night of the incident, she was hanging out with her male friend, and his crazy girlfriend started hitting Pauline's car with her car. And the next thing she knew, she ended up in the plaintiff's garage.
Let me begin with you all.
Before we get the case started, Your Honor, I would like to present you with a gift. I know you once was a man of the street, but you also a man of faith. So I wanted to give you one of the t-shirts that I was inspired to make.
All right, Jesus, the only bling you need. That's right.
And you could be a blessing going out too.
You can't walk with God and run with the devil. That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Here.
Thank you very much. What background you want to give me on this?
Okay, Your Honor. On the day of June 4th, 2011 at 3 a.m., I know you have heard the saying of people going down the wrong road, but unfortunately, Miss McRae did not know the wrong road when she ran her car inside of our garage. Yes, my husband was actually watching TV and I was asleep. So we heard this big bang. So he comes saying, that's my alarm going off. I said, Charles, that is not your alarm. He said, that's my car. So he ran outside and the man didn't come back. So I said, well, let me look and see what's going on. So when I looked outside, Judge, her car was through our garage.
Where was she?
She was actually, when I went out there, she was stunned, like she was in shock.
Was she injured?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank
God she was not. But we got her, I went back in the house and I got her something to put on her feet because she was in shock.
Now, you threw me for a loop there. She was in shock, so you put something on her feet.
Well, Your Honor, the impact was so hard, she lost her shoes.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a medical procedure that you use when the person go into shock.
When I looked outside, Judge, her car was through our garage.
Where was she?
When I went out there, she was stunned, like she was in shock.
Was she injured?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I went back in the house and I got her something to put on her feet because she was in shock.
Now, you threw me for a loop there. She was in shock, so you put something on her feet.
Plaintiffs Charles Hodges and his wife Latrice are suing because they claim at 3 a.m. the defendant drove her car into their garage, and they have the pictures to prove it.
Let me see. You have some pictures you want to show me?
We do have pictures.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Wow. You smell alcohol?
No. What from my
understanding? You did this on the straight? I'd hate to see you drunk at 3 a.m. if you do this sober. My goodness. Yeah. Thank God no one was injured.
Yes, it was serious. So I was angry, but I was also grateful because it could have been worse.
Ma'am? Tell me about this. What happened?
Let me give you a little background of what happened, some information what happened that day. Okay, now my friend, I have a little friend that I hang out with. He have a crazy real nutcase girlfriend. And before all this happened, like she was sending.
How long you been knowing he had a crazy nutcase girlfriend?
It's like 2 years.
2 years, you know the friend was going with a crazy nut. And then how does that relate to this? What happened?
Like she was sending me threatening text messages, before the accident occurred. I wasn't really thinking none of it. So the day that the accident occurred on, he called me or whatever, and we was gonna hang out or whatever. So I ended up going to get him. This man
had a crazy nut girlfriend who threatened you regularly. You decided to keep hanging out with the man. Go ahead.
They wasn't together at the time, so we was just friends. We was just hanging out. Okay, so we finna go hang out. He was driving his brother's car, I guess. So he was like, "Let me go park my brother's car, and I'll hop in with you." So I followed him to his garage to park his car. Next thing you know, I'm just sitting there and I just see him like a little expression on his face. It was like a scared expression. I look in my mirror, I seen the car coming in full force. So I'm looking. So next thing you know, he on the car on the side of me, like, boom, you know, hit me on the side, like from my driver's side on the side of me, just hitting me. So I'm like, I'm surprised. I'm like, what? Is this girl really crazy? Like,
You knew that.
so I just knew she was nice.
That's why I asked you, how long
Girl.
had you known? You say for 2
Look,
years.
okay, I
And
know
lo and
she was-
behold, you're going to get the man in your car, knowing that he had a crazy nut friend
Didn't
that
know
you
she
knew
was
of
around.
for 2
Didn't
years.
know she
Go
was
ahead.
around. Okay. So this at the time she crashed into my car. So like I'm stunned. I'm surprised. Like who have car fights? So now I'm trying to pull off because my mind's still gone. You know, I'm trying to pull off. She hits me again from the back. My wheel go out of control. I'm in the garage. I'm like, what? How did I get in this garage? So now I'm just looking around like, I can't believe this. This is so surprising. So now I'm trying to get out the car. Like the two front, the driver door and the passenger, the door is jammed. I couldn't get out. So
Where's
I hopped
he?
through the
Where's
back.
he?
Oh, baby, he done jumped in the car with the nutcase and left. So
That was his woman all alone. You were being tricked. Talking about he wasn't there with her. They wasn't together at the time. They were together at the time. The man jumped in the car after
Yes.
this woman rammed you
Yes.
to the garage. He jumps in the car with her and pulls off. And you sitting there talking about they wasn't together at the time.
okay,
ahead,
so now I look over and I see Charles. So I end up explaining everything to him. He admitted that he heard other cars and, you know, it was a real loud noise. So then I called the police. When the police came, I told them everything that happened. They end up taking me to the station so they can do paperwork and give me like tickets.
Ooh, my goodness. Wow. You smell alcohol?
No. What from my
You did this
understand-
on the straight? I'd hate to see you drunk at 3 in the morning if you do this sober.
Plaintiffs Charles Hodges and his wife Latrice are suing because they claim at 3 in the morning the defendant drove her car into their garage, and they have the pictures to prove it.
Did you pay the tickets?
No, I didn't.
What happened with the tickets?
The tickets, they at home.
Okay. But why haven't you paid them?
Because I didn't have, because right now I'm unemployed and I didn't have no money to pay the
Okay,
tickets.
so the only reason you haven't paid the tickets is because you don't have the money to?
Yes.
That's the only reason?
Yeah, that's about the only reason.
Okay, good enough.
And so I went to the Hodges in them house. I gave them my contact information. You know, I could tell like they were some Christians. I am too. Me and Latrice was talking or whatever, and she was telling me, don't go down the wrong path. Just keep your head up. Everything gonna be okay. So now I gave them my contact information. I let her know, like, I don't think it was my fault, even though, like, my car was in your garage. I don't think, like, I owe y'all. I knew they were still gonna sue, but I don't think, like, I owe them for the simple fact it wasn't my fault. Like, it was somebody crashed me into the garage.
Why didn't you go to court and say that about the tickets? Instead, you intended to pay for the tickets. That's why I was asking you that. When you intend to pay for something that you've been charged with, that means you're admitting you're guilty.
Tell the truth, I didn't even really look at the tickets to see how much I owed.
I understand. Now you didn't look at them, but you told me the only reason. You didn't say because I don't believe I did anything wrong. You didn't say because I want to go to court and fight it. You said the only reason I haven't dealt with the tickets because I can't afford to pay. The only reason a person pays for a ticket is because they believe they did wrong.
True.
And you were, in my opinion, at the very least negligent, ma'am. You know not to put this man in your car, knowing for 2 years he had a crazy nutcase woman who would attempt to harm you and anything associated with you, and that's exactly what happened. And you're talking about he wasn't seeing her no more, when in fact, when she almost had you killed, he jumped out the car and went in with her.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't been charged?
No.
Why?
They left the scene.
Bank robbers, murderers, carjackers, most of them leave the scene. But the police still charge them.
Well, I didn't have her last name at the time.
At the time. You have
And I
it
still
yet?
don't know. I still don't have her last name.
And he won't talk to you.
I won't talk to him.
Oh, you need to talk to him long enough to get this last name, because here you have these people suffering the consequences of your action, and yet you won't even get the person who caused you to do it to suffer the consequences. I am concluding that you owe judgment for the plaintiff, $1,951. Have a good day. Thanks again.
I like Pauline, and I do believe in second chances, and now she is going down the right road. So I'm very proud of her. She just made a mistake, and I do forgive her.
Yeah, that's how we've been cool. We've been cool.